Okay, obvious things out of the way, uh, which have to do with the fact that I'm filming here. I meant to start filming yesterday. That didn't happen. Like, it's Sunday now, and this is a weekend reading vlog. So like I had to re-put on the shirt that I wore all day yesterday, expecting to start filming for this, but like never got the chance. Also, yes, I'm filming up here again without the whiteboard, mostly because the whiteboard's downstairs. I'm not downstairs because the washer and dryer are going, and so like another level between us decreases the chance of you hearing it. I don't know. And also, this is either the first or second video going up onto my new channel. If you don't know, I had another channel that was just Rose Lillian, and the admin for the email that I used to create that account, things happened with it. And so I am currently in the middle of the process of, I've already downloaded all my old videos, but I'm in the process of re-uploading them onto this new account with this new stuff. Yeah. The good news is I'm almost done with that uploading process. It's fun times. So now I'm not Rose Lillian, I am Rose Lillian Reads. Thank you very much. But I'm just gonna continue on, like nothing's changed. For new people who haven't been a part of this journey, basically these weekend vlogs are on weekends that my mom works, which are Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so Mondays are included. And I read a whole entire book, except for in the second one I read 3 books, and I just really try to focus on that book. Currently I'm going through the process, and for the rest of them for this year I have planned out. They will be me going through the whole entire series of Vampire Academy. I have reread the first one twice this year in 2 different vlogs. That was the alphabet vlog, and then also in the rereading books vlog. So yeah, you can imagine there's a lot of vlogs being linked below. For all the weekend ones, other weekend ones, I'm gonna like just put the whole entire playlist linked below. But I am going through all of Vampire Academy. I have obviously read the second one. I read Frostbite last month, and I am currently reading Shadowkiss. I got 47. Why did I think it was 74? 47 pages in yesterday. I also got the audiobook, thankfully, so I think I'm going to listen while I do other things today. But yeah, that's a thing. I have previously, before this, read the first 3 books. This is the last one that I've previously read. After this, it's new books, new experiences. It's gonna be interesting. I always stop at this one because it hurts me on the inside, and there's a train outside that we're ignoring. Okay, it's gotten slightly quieter, so I'll just continue. I've only read this one 2 or 3 times, like max. I feel like I said that about Frostbite, but I feel like I've read Frostbite actually like 5 times. In this one, I've only read like 2, maybe 3 times, and not since at least college, like early college. So it's been years. Like, I know what happened still. Like, I vividly remember the trials. There's 2 types of trials. There's the court trials about stuff that happened in book 1. And then there's also the trials that Rose Hathaway, the main character, goes through to graduate. It's every DeAmpere has to go through these trials where I think it's like 6 weeks. They protect a student, and during those 6 weeks, they're tested constantly on everything they've learned throughout their whole entire high school experience. And then at the end of it, if they pass, they graduate type situation. So yeah, I know what happens, which is why it's a fun time. Like when Rose gets chosen to guard Christian instead of Lissa for the trials, I knew it was gonna happen, and I knew her reaction, so I was just like speeding through it because I was like, I don't care. So yeah, I know that happens in this one. I know the ending very well. I think it's currently rated at 4 stars, which is interesting. Currently, Vampire Academy is 4.5 and Frostbite is 4. So I don't know if this one is gonna be much higher than that. It may be 4.5 max, maybe 5, I don't know. It is an extra 100 pages, so that's interesting. Since the second one was shorter than the first one, there was a bunch of stuff about that. But basically, yeah, I know the general idea of what's gonna happen. I did not remember the ghost of a certain character from the ending of book 2. I see me trying not to spoil stuff. But that person's ghost, I remember that being an important part of this book, and I was super excited. Yeah, it like starts at the end of chapter 1. I was like, oh, we're starting early with the ghost stuff. Cool. But yes, this is about Rose and Lissa. Rose is a half vampire whose jobs are to protect the royals of the vampire community. Lissa is the Dragomir princess, the last of the Dragomir line, and Rose's best friend. They have a mental connection basically in a car crash, Lissa's whole entire family. Plus Rose died, but because of secret magical powers that no one knew about, she brought Rose back to life accidentally. And so now they have a mental connection where Rose always knows what Lissa's thinking and feeling, which has some drawbacks, as well as some darker things that happen because of it. And so there's that aspect, but they're also best friends, and once they graduate, it's like basically a given that Rose will be chosen to protect Lissa, because like, one, she's her best friend, and like, it's less creepy to have a teenage girl watched by a teenage girl type situation. You get that, but also like she can always tell when she's in danger and stuff. And then 2, the other guardian that will be chosen to protect her is the guardian who's been training Rose personally since their return to the vampire world. And he is her 7 years her senior Dahampier mentor, who is 6 something, dark hair, Russian, and they've got a thing. But like, they don't want to be, like, they both like each other, and there's interest for each other, but there's the aspect that if like Lissa were attacked, who would they save? Like the other person they're in love with, or Lissa? And that can't like be a thing in the field. So they're just holding back their feelings for each other, which I know leads to things at the end of this book. I know. But also it's like almost Rose's birthday in this one, so that's fun. And I think Christian becomes super important. Lissa's boyfriend becomes super important in this one. His family, a lot of members of his family, including his parents, specifically chose to become Strigoi, which are the evil vampires. And so that's the thing. And Rose has to protect him for her trials. And then there's Adrian, who is another person who has these super secret powers that Lissa has. Like, they're super rare. He's like the only other person that's currently alive that they found who has it. And he is a few years older than them, currently staying at their high school to start training in this power. But also he has a thing for Rose, so he constantly flirts with her, and he's like the only person that knows about Rose and Dimitri stuff, other than the crazy guy from book 1. So, you know, there's that. I think that's all, really. Like, yeah. But I am 47 pages in, and I mean, it's just basically setting up stuff that I already know at this point, so I'm just going through it. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. We'll go do that. So I probably won't update you tonight because I know people are coming over, so I'll probably update you tomorrow morning, and then again tomorrow night with my final thoughts. Okay, we are back. It is Monday. Like, obviously I thought I was gonna be back Monday. But I said I would update you in the morning with how much I read Sunday. The answer is 0, so I didn't. Could I have listened to the audiobook while I played Stardew Valley for like multiple hours, like most of yesterday? Yes, but instead I watched other people play Stardew Valley while I played Stardew Valley. Now I just got off sprints. It is just after 3 p.m. I just got off sprints. So after 4 hours of sprints, most of which, like a good chunk of it, was just me talking to people, I got to page 319. I think when I checked, this was something like 270-ish pages. So don't quote me on that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, Yes, I do. That is actually proper math. But yes, I got a good chunk more into this, and I'm going to finish it after I have lunch at 3 p.m. While I play Stardew Valley. I'm actually going to listen to it while I play Stardew Valley. But there's some things I forgot about in here. Like I remembered Rose and Lissa and the rest of the crew going to Pennsylvania where the court is, so they could do the trial from stuff that happened in book 1. And I remembered the Guardian trials where they have to pretend like they're in the field as a test for graduation. All that stuff. I remember those 2 aspects. I remember her seeing ghosts that have to do with things that happened in the end of book 2. I remember her and Dimitri finally getting together. And I remember like part of the things that she learns in this book have to do with the darkness from Lissa going into her, which causes her anger issues, and her beating up people who are beating up people. Yeah, I remember that part. I did not remember until like it was happening, and I was like, oh, I forgot about this scene. I did not remember the queen, who is Adrian's great aunt technically, trying to set up Lissa and Adrian and yelling at Rose for sleeping with Adrian despite the fact that she's not, and she doesn't believe her. I forgot about Lissa's obsession with setting Rose up with people because she thinks that she needs to move on from Mason. Meanwhile, Rose is out here like, nah fam, I'm good, and trying to get her to understand this, but she doesn't listen. She just tried to set her up with Eddie, who was one of the other people there at the stuff that happened at the end of book 2. And yeah, and then Eddie reminded her that it's only been like a month, and I was like, wait a second. It's been a month since your best friend's boyfriend, like technically Rose has told her that it wasn't really anything special to her and all this stuff, but still, this guy she dated for about a month died brutally right in front of her, and she killed 2 people to revenge him, and you're trying to make her move on? You know? I'm suspicious about stuff that Victor is gonna do in the future, but I don't know anything. I haven't moved on from this book, and I don't think he really does anything in this one after the trial. The court one. I forgot about the whole entire fortune teller with tarot cards. I thought it was gonna be something super interesting and to tell the future, but no, it's like stuff that's already hinted at, like whatever. I thought Rose's was gonna be super interesting. I mean, I think in reality it was something super interesting, but she just said you're gonna kill the undead, which is obvious. Especially what happens at the end of this one. Gives me Game of Thrones vibes with Arya type of situation. And the prophecy about how she's gonna kill things with blue eyes, and then yeah, that happens. And I swear there's other things I forgot. I forgot she like straight up goes to therapy, like cause she's seeing ghosts and stuff. And eventually she tells people, and then they're like, oh, she's like got PTSD and she's going crazy. Well, they don't say she's going crazy, but the PTSD is making her see things. She should go to therapy. Hot take. Who could have guessed? So she starts going to therapy. Like where I left off is in the middle of one of her therapy sessions. And it's interesting. Definitely. Also, I forgot about the whole entire Christian versus Adrian thing, because Christian thinks Adrian's trying to hit up Lissa when in reality they're just practicing magic together. And Adrian really likes Rose, but like also the queen is trying to set up Adrian and Lissa, and so Christian's like super jealous. That's like a whole entire plot point that I forgot about. Like I forgot about a good chunk of this book. Yes, there's still that divide between Rose and Lissa that I really didn't like in book 2, but there's like more explanation on why, so I'm not as mad about it. Like I'm still upset that like Lissa knows absolutely nothing about her life in reality, but it's explained why more in this one, so I get it. I get it now. It's just not the healthiest friendship. I'm just saying. There should be more equality in the friendship. But yeah, that's basically what's happening. I have no clue what I'm gonna read it. I mean, I'm having a good time. I mean, I haven't read this one as much, so clearly I don't remember certain aspects as much. And so I can read it and still get new things. But also a good chunk of this is Rose trying to figure out a bunch of different things at once. Like why she's seeing ghosts, what the ghosts mean. Did I forget what Whitney is? Anyways, what the ghosts mean, what is going on with all these people showing up with like weird bruises and burns and the compulsion going on there. And I feel like there's more, but like, what do I know? Like, she's trying to figure all this out, but like me as a person who's read this book knows what all of this means. Like the fact that Adrian, when Lissa uses magic, can see the darkness in Lissa, leave her and go into Rose. Like, I know what all this means already, or at least most of it, or the general idea of what it means from reading this book already. So that stuff, I'm just sitting there like, okay, whatever. Like, it's interesting to read about again, but like, it's nothing new for me. The more basic plotline stuff is interesting this time around because I didn't remember it. And then, I know we're getting close. Like, we got 130 pages left, so we're getting there. We're getting to the point. I have a feeling it's gonna be the last 70 pages when stuff starts happening and I'm gonna lose myself. I'm gonna go crazy. I know this. So I'm prepared. And I'm gonna finish tonight. I won't update you until tomorrow morning, probably. Maybe even upstairs. We'll see. But I know it's gonna happen. I know it's coming. But I'm still excited to read it because it's like, I know it's the biggest plot point in this book. Like, I remember it. But like, and also I'm nervous because I know it's coming up. Like, I know, that it's coming and I'm nervous for her, but, yeah, that's what's happening. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it though. Like, so far, I'm not loving it as much as the first one, but I think that is just me loving it bias. But I'm liking it more than the second one. So, like, should I just make the first one 5 stars? Who knows? Like, at this point. Maybe I'll figure out what I'm gonna rate them all officially at the end. I mean, yeah, I'm willing to bet when I finish Last Sacrifice, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is the official order that I'm ranking them all. Not even rating-wise, but, like, preference-wise. And I'm fine with that. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish this in a bit once I have lunch. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow with my final thoughts. Expect me to be upset because I know what happens and I'm prepared for the possibility of crying. This is one of the first books ever to make me cry. This one and Mockingjay were the first 2 books to ever make me cry. And I didn't read this, I think, until I was like 17. So that's fun. Excited about that. I mean, it's H month. I was expecting to cry by books. So, like, I'm prepared for this fact. And, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna ignore the sound of my computer fan because I'm listening to audiobooks while playing Stardew. I actually listened to audiobooks while playing Stardew. I didn't do that yesterday. It is Tuesday. I am wearing lipstick. That, like, never happens, but I'm feeling cute today. And also, it's giving me a color that Rose from this book would wear, and it's called Ravishing Rose. So, you know, fitting. We love that for me. But yes, I did finish this yesterday at like 10:30 p.m., but I didn't actually listen to the audiobook while playing Stardew like I thought I was going to. I just ended up watching other people play Stardew while I played Stardew, as I do. But I did finish it. A few other things I forgot about were basically the fact that Rose goes to the caves at the end. I like forgot that she went to the caves as well. I just assumed she didn't go to the caves and she learned about everything after the fact. And Dimitri trying to help her out with the ghost stuff. And the fact that this Dragoi took Eddie again, like seriously, Eddie, are you okay? And the fact that Rose goes off at Lissa on the last 3 pages, I was on the third to last page, and she starts telling off Lissa because Lissa's finally realized that Rose and Dimitri kind of a thing. And Rose is like, listen, my whole life has been revolved around you, and I gotta do something for myself for once, and like all this stuff, which is like a main thing that her therapy was about. Like the therapist kept on being like, so you've always been taught that like the Maroi come first, but is that what you want? And she kept on just automatically saying yes, but finally something else came up to her that's more important, and I don't want to say more important, but like more immediate, maybe. And so it's kind of that type of situation, and she's finally realized that maybe. But basically she tells her off for all the things that I've been complaining about for the past 2 books, so you know, love that for me. I don't know if there's much else to say. Like, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not gonna say anything that happens, but I enjoyed it. The last like half hour was just me waiting for the craziness to happen, because I knew it was coming. Also, I figured out the reason why I didn't remember some of the smaller details was because I've only read this once before. Like, I'm 98% sure now. Which was around the time when I was 18, so like it's been 5 years. 5 years since I've read this one. And this is where I ended off because it like made me cry. I think I tried to read it a second time, but like I knew it was gonna happen, and so I was just like, nope. But I've read it a second time, and I'm gonna move on to the next one next month. Very excited. Actually gonna read a book in the series that I haven't read before. Now rating wise, this is gonna be weird. I have never rated anything quarter stars, only half stars, and I only started that this year because for the new year I started my Storygraph account, and Storygraph lets you rate half stars, but it also lets you rate quarter stars, and I was having trouble figuring out what to rate this one. Vampire Academy I have at 4.5 stars, and I'm perfectly happy keeping it at 4.5. I was like, maybe I can move it up to a 5, but like I'm happy with it being at a 4.5. Frostbite, the way I forgot the title of the second one. Frostbite is sitting at a solid 4. I'm happy with that. Don't want to move it up at all, and I don't want to move it down at all. And then, so this one is perfectly in the middle, but I don't want to move the first or second one because I'm happy with where I left those. So I'm officially rating it 4.25 stars. It's the first time I'm rating things quarter stars. It's just under Vampire Academy. I think it's because like all the lore stuff and explanations on why things are happening that Rose is trying to figure out. One, I already knew because I'd read it before, but 2, it's like quite obvious what's happening, and so it's just her slowly trying to figure this stuff out, and it's just a bunch of other random things in between. I'm pretty sure, like, based off of how this one ends, I don't think the next one's taking place on the campus, so like all this campus stuff feels weird. The politics stuff I like. There was a lot of in the beginning about Rose wanting to get to the trial, like the court one, and then they get there and it's like 1 chapter they actually spend in the actual trial, and then like 2 chapters in the area or something like that. Like, it's probably not actually that amount of number, but like it's very minuscule in the grand scheme of things. And then also like the trials for the test version were set up, I think, last book, maybe even the first book, and it was like hyped up for in the beginning of this book, and we see barely any of that. Like, it's a lot of just other things, so that's fun. I kind of want to see the ghost stuff come into more play later in the books, because apparently outside of wards, she can like see them all the time, and they actually like bother her, and she doesn't like mentally block them. She like actually is in physical pain from all of them. And luckily she has experience from doing that type of thing with Alyssa and the Bond, but still, that's a thing. And then also, I forgot the fact that she can sense the undead, like the Strigoi, which will come in handy, based off of what book 4 is supposed to be, I think. But yeah, that was a, like, big part in a battle in this book, in the end, is that she was able to find them and know when they were coming, when they were around, because she could sense them. And I kind of want that also to be more of a part, because, like, I didn't remember that. That seems like something important, but I didn't remember it. So, like, I want Rose's abilities to be more prominent in the future ones that aren't based off of her, Lyssa. Like, the ones with Lyssa and the Bond are prominent in all 3 so far. But the seeing ghosts, the, sensing the undead, all that fun stuff, I want more of in the future. Also, the effects of Lyssa's magic on her, and I want Lyssa's reaction to that, because I don't think Lyssa knows about that part yet. Like, Adrian knows and Rose knows. And, so it's like this whole thing. I think maybe Dimitri knows. Who knows? How many times can I say knows? But I don't think Lyssa knows that whenever she uses her magic, it, like, the darkness goes to Rose, and that's why Rose acts the way she does a lot of the time. And, like, Rose says she doesn't want to tell Lyssa, because then Lyssa would be like, oh, I'll stop, but, like, Lyssa really wants to use this magic. She wants to help people. It's a big part of her identity. So she doesn't want to worry her. But, like, she also knows from stories from other people with spirit magic in the good old days that, like, the shadow-kissed guardian goes a little crazy due to that aspect. And so she's, like, scared. And so I want to know Lyssa's thoughts on that. Also, how did I forgot so many things apparently. The fact that Adrian gives her the money to leave the campus, and then is like, but when you come back, I want a chance to be with you. Like, you have to give me an actual chance instead of just knocking me down all the time. And, you know, I'm intrigued. I know who's endgame with Rose. I know it. And that's fine. I just want to see Rose have the option to go somewhere else and still choose the same person she does. I know she does. And I think that would be great for her character in general, like all this fun stuff. But yeah, that's that. 4.25 stars. I did it. Happy to move on to the series, honestly. Excited to move on to the series. Kind of want to do it now, but like I'm waiting for next month. But that is done. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I did not almost forget to do the outro. I went and updated the other vlog, and afterwards I realized, oh, I never filmed the outro when I went to upload them all onto my iPad to put in to the editing. So yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, especially since this is the new channel, so I need all the love I can get. Linked below is not the sound of the thunder outside. Oh, you know, this is perfect for H month, honestly. She loves rain. I don't know if she likes thunderstorms, but I know she loves rain. So, you know. Anyways, linked below is all my social media, as well as all the other weekend reading vlogs. I'll just put the playlist linked below, because I do have a playlist of them. So that will be linked below. My Instagram, where I update what I read books that I'm reading for vlogs as I read them. Usually I wait on Goodreads and Storycraft unless if they're rereads. Cut for more thunder. Oh no, even more. On all 3, Storycraft, Goodreads, and Instagram, I also have this wondrous thing called book reviews. I'm slowly catching up. I think I'm finally up to August ones that I am writing out for them, so you know, that's good. I was behind. I was on June for a while there. But once a week I host reviews for books that aren't for vlogs up on my Instagram, but also They go up on my Goodreads and Storygraph, so like follow me in all the places, and that'd be great. Before the end screen stuff, another thing that I totally did not forget to film, and like I've already taken off my lipstick that I decided to wear, but I just remembered it. I took a wonderful selfie, and I will just put over my whole entire face right now. I don't care who needs to see me. When you can see me at like 10 p.m. when I'm at the last like 50 pages, freaking out, and sent it to the group chat, and Dion decided to edit me as a cat, and I feel like this needs to be shared with the world. So that's just going right here, for this like 30 seconds or whatever, and so now you can go to the end screen, so have fun with that.